Disclosure Dialogues are the most definitive collection ever assembled on the state of disclosure. This is a 5-disc set that starts with an excellent 90-minute documentary featuring contributions from virtually every relevant figure in the field today.
There is another intelligence that's been interacting with humans for a long time. We can prove it in a variety of different ways. Tens of millions of people have seen it over the years in one form or another over the centuries throughout human history.
Disclosure is a very loaded word at the moment in the UFO field. And there are two ways of saying the word, really. When I talk about disclosure, I talk about it with a small d.
The political structures are not going to release the factual reality of this until they're convinced that the philosophical and theological ground has been set for people to accept it, because they aren't going to want to suffer the political consequences.
All right, the media, which back then was 3 networks, some major newspapers, and very little television news was even broadcast. Very little radio news was typically broadcast. And the U.S. government was incredibly powerful and highly respected post-World War II. And so he says, yeah, they got the media to pretty much go along with this truth embargo in various ways, possibly starting right after 47 in Roswell, or maybe really starting in 52.
There seems to be ongoing connection with alien entities in some segment or sector of the official activity. There seems to be continuous flyover, a la Phoenix Lights, and other types of continuous events to demonstrate presence.
And what does the government know? And for years, we've been trying to get these answers. Sometimes I think we get very close to finding out what's going to happen, and then other times I think we're never going to find out. And as we evolve into this, my thoughts are that disclosure will come from whistleblowers, not from government.
They got an order from top down saying that they could not put it on the air. And there's many reasons why they couldn't put it on the air. If this becomes too credible, then you're going to unravel a tapestry, starting with Roswell, of a series of lies. And then where does it stop? I mean, it gets crazy.
Let me ask you this. We have a scenario just recently where Obama basically is redirecting NASA and making a very big deal about the idea that private industry should be way more involved in space travel.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that maybe, just maybe, that is part of a strategy to allow this technology out into the open via an illusion of private industry having developed it?
Is there an elite group that is harboring this information and is withholding it from us? I think at this point, any intelligent person who reads the literature, who reads books such as Richard Dolan's UFOs in the National Security State.
Right.
You mentioned Hansen's Missing Times. If you read the best of the literature, you cannot come to any other conclusion but that this is real.
So the question is, though, how is this reality going to come out in the open, this acknowledgement of an extraterrestrial presence here in our world? Because on the one hand, when you look at the political side of it, I see no motivation, really none, of the political leadership, the secret holders, to give this information up.
We have a genuine situation here. I cannot predict what the results of the freeing up and dissemination of this information will bring. Will it bring a new age of all of us feeling close together? Will it fracture Western society?
He himself went on the record less than a year ago, finally, after 30 years, and he said, I think that the lights and the beams that I encountered were, this is a quote, extraterrestrial in origin.
What I think needs to happen at this time is not disclosure per se, because I don't think there is much to disclose. What I think needs to happen is we need to make it okay, permissible for serious scientists who want to explore these fields to do this without destroying their personal reputation.
I think they want to believe so much that they're willing to jump on any bandwagon pertaining to the reality of the extraterrestrial UFO phenomenon. I think there's too many closed minds in the exopolitical realm. I think the whole idea of disclosure is tenuous at best. And if the government doesn't know what it is that they're dealing with, how are they going to disclose that and admit that they don't know? It's not going to happen.
And they're all crazy just like me, and I love it. I am the poster child for the weird and unusual, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else.
With over 8 hours of fascinating full-length dialogues, you'll go inside the field like never before. Get your 5-disc deluxe edition of the Disclosure Dialogues today. Visit the website for more information and find out about an awesome free bonus. The Disclosure Dialogues, a historical achievement you simply must own.